Hi, my name is Patty Grodner, and I'm part of the Peacock 2017 team. I want to thank you for volunteering to teach at Peacock 2017. Without you, we wouldn't have a convention. We depend on our volunteers to teach the classes, and because of that, we're able to have many interesting classes that our attendees can enjoy and learn from. This is not a teaching technique video. I know most of you have taught many times before and are wonderful teachers. If this is your first time teaching and you would like some support or some help, there's a really wonderful video on the British Origami website. If you go to their website, you will see a link to their teaching video. We're also available at the information desk if you'd like to come and get some support, some help, some reassurance. We'll be there to help you out in any way that we can as well. The reason for this video is to explain the new ticketing system that we will be using at Peacock this year and how it will impact you in your classroom. Not hugely, but just so you're aware that is a little bit different. First of all, when people come into your classroom, they should have one of these two tags, either a white tag or a pink tag. If they have a different color tag, they don't have a tag that allows them to go into a classroom, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But this right away gives you the idea, okay, here's a student that should be in my class potentially. Next, they will have a piece of paper like this. They won't have a little individual ticket like we had in the past. They will have a ticketing form. And on their form will list every single class that they have for that day. And on the classes they were approved to get in, they will have a check mark. So they should have your class listed with a check mark next to it. If they do, then that means that they have a spot in your class. Now before, in days past, you could go into your class and say, who has the blue ticket for my class? Raise it up, and you would know that all of those people were supposed to be in your class. We no longer have that, so we're going to ask that if possible, if you're there, a few minutes before class starts, that you could just do a little visual check to make sure that everybody has this form with the check mark next to your name and your classroom number. Now, what might happen is, because we all know that there are people that maybe they had their second cousin twice removed is having a baby, and they want to learn your model as a treat box for their baby shower. And they've just got to have your class, but they didn't get in. Their number was too high and they didn't get in the class. And so they want to see if there's space in your class to let them in. What I would like for you to do is, if they do not have this form with a check mark next to your name in your class, is for you to ask them to just stay outside until everyone that has a ticket comes in the class. And when it's time for the class to start, if you have space in your class, you're welcome to let them come in and participate. We all know that people change their minds, decide to take a long lunch and not go to the afternoon classes, or they decided, oh, I want to go to Daiso instead of going to class this afternoon. Very potentially you could have some empty spots. And there's no reason to leave an empty spot if there's a person outside that really wants to take it. So please feel free to let a person in that doesn't have this. But before you do, make sure that everyone that does have the ticketing form is able to come in and sit down. And I just wanted to kind of tell you what happened to me and why I think this is important. One convention, I was volunteering so much that I could only take one class, and I get to that class 5 minutes before, and I walk in and every single seat is taken. Now I have my ticket, and I could have embarrassed somebody and kicked them out of the room, but that's not my personality, and I didn't feel like I could do that or wanted to do that. Obviously, there were some people in there that weren't supposed to be there. I know that they wanted that class just as much as I did, but I really, it was very disappointing to me that all those seats were taken and I wasn't able to take the class. So keep in mind all the dynamics that go along with um, folding and wanting to take a class. I think all of us know that and can respect all everyone's desires and wishes. All right, the next thing that you might come up against is guardians. Guardians will have a different color tag. Um, we ask that guardians do not attend classes. One of the reasons is this year we have about 40 guardians. And if you have a classroom that can only hold 25 people, 40 guardians are not going to fit in that class in addition to your 25. Some of the classrooms at the Crowne Plaza will fit more than 25, but several will not. It will only hold the amount of people that we have given tickets for your class. So guardians will put us over our limit. One of the big reasons we don't want to go over the limit of the classroom size is fire codes. We have an agreement with the hotel, and if we stuff classrooms and break fire codes, if a fire marshal shows up to do a random check, we could likely be fined. We don't want to do that. The second reason that we found for guardians is that sometimes they distract not only their own child or their own person that they're being the guardian for, but they can be distracting to others in the class as well. We've had guardians that take phone calls and make hair appointments and have little things that they're doing, or other little children running around screaming, and it's really a distraction to the class. If you can, explain kindly to the parents that we could use their help volunteering, that they're welcome to hang out in hospitality, even if they want to grab a chair somewhere and just hang out right outside the classroom. That being said, we may have some guardians that really have a very strong desire to be in the classroom and may even, in fact, have a very good reason they need to be in the classroom. I suggest that we listen and use our best judgment on that situation. If there is room and a person is very, very adamant about staying in the classroom, I wouldn't get in a big argument. I would go ahead and let them sit, and asking them to be respectful of that there is a class going on and to be quiet and respectful of the situation. Anyway, I think that covers most of the situations that you'll have dealing with the new ticketing system. We hope that it is an easier system for people. We know it has reduced a lot of the volunteer hours that it takes to produce the tickets, and we hope that it will be effective and good for not only the volunteers but the teachers. We welcome your feedback, of course. There is a feedback form that will be available at the information desk as well as online, and we'd love to hear your comments and your suggestions on how we can improve the system. And as always, anything, we're always welcoming good feedback. Thank you for your time, and I look forward to seeing each and every one of you at Peacock. If you're traveling, safe travels, and I'll see you soon.